It's country.
7:42 Tuesday morning. You know what that means? We get a chance to sit down and talk with. We both have been sitting down. You can sit down. You might be standing up. You might be working, whatever it might be. But yeah, we just have a conversation about what's going on because you went through the roadways and probably went through some construction, but not as much as you did this past summer, right, Pete?
I was going to say, I don't know where you're driving if there's construction around here. It's pretty quiet now.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of nice, though, isn't it?
It is. It's always fun to wrap up a successful season. So everything should be open at Floyd. The eastbound lanes, we're down to one lane, so we could get some work done in the median with the nice weather. So that all opened up yesterday, and on 218, running north and south below there, we were doing some work, and that should be all opened up today. So that should be the end of it until 2024.
Well, let's wait for that, I suppose.
We can take a deep breath for a little bit before we start talking about lane closures and things like that yet.
Yeah, I know. I've been traveling over to the Okoboji Arnold's Park area, and all that construction's that's been done for a while now.
Yep. No, that's out of our district, so I don't know a lot about that project, but I do know it's been they've done a lot of coordination over there with the businesses and the chambers and that, just to try to minimize the impact on the tourist season. And sounds like it's been pretty successful so far.
Yeah. And nothing's better than after a good old reconstruction of the roads, because you get on there just nice and smooth.
Yeah. Just think, we live somewhere where you didn't get hot and cold and freeze and thaw, and we'd have a lot more of that.
Right. We wouldn't have too many potholes, would we, Pete?
Exactly. It'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, no kidding. But, the only thing I have, why is it that when it rains or it gets, when it's dark out on the blacktops, it's so hard to see? Can't you guys put like a reflective type of thing with the center lines and the sidelines?
Those lines they actually literally have tiny glass beads in them so they do reflect headlights. But yes, you are correct. There is it's been an issue for decades of hard to see lines, because that reflectivity wears off. And we can't be painting it every other week. Plus, we got snow plows that are going over them.
Right, scraping them off.
Yeah, we have been trying a few different things. If you've noticed on a lot of the newer projects, we mill in the paint lines. So we literally have a little milling machine that makes a groove in the highway, and then we put the paint in that groove, so it's down below and doesn't get impacted by the snow blades as much. We are also starting, and you're seeing this on interstates throughout the state, where it's a white and black line. So it's white for a few feet and then black, and that makes it stand out a little bit more as well. And we are also in the process, especially on interstates, again, mainly on interstates, switching from 4-inch paint lines to 6-inch paint lines. Oh. So it is something that we are addressing. It's not a North Iowa problem. It's not an Iowa problem. It's an industry-wide thing that, like you said, it can get a little more difficult. And a lot of that is because of those glass beads that are in the paint get worn down. They get scraped off by the snow plows. Just the elements, take their toll on them. And that's why we have paint crews that literally spend the entire spring, summer, and fall going throughout the district, every district in the state, doing nothing but painting all year long.
So I'm not the only one that's noticed this and brought it to you.
No, you are not the only one who has noticed this.
Okay, good. I'm going, man, it's so hard to see that. I don't know where I'm going.
Well, first of all, you are getting older. Have you checked your eyes?
Well, I noticed I don't like to drive in the dark no more.
There you go.
I'm like, gotta get home before I could never understand Grandma and Grandpa back in the day. Gotta go home. What? It's like 3:30 in the afternoon, Grandpa. Oh, you're
well, if it's this time of year, it'll be dark in 20 minutes at 3:30.
I know, right? I know my wife keeps saying the same thing, Pete. Where's your glasses? I don't need my glasses. I kind of know where I'm going around here.
Wait a minute. So you're complaining about the paint lines, but you're not wearing your glasses?
Well, I don't need to wear my glasses.
There seems to be an issue here.
Well, I went in and you got to be careful too when you go in and get your license renewed. Because I just had to have that redone.
Okay.
I'm going, oh boy, I hope they don't ask me for the eye test. We get through like everything. I'm going, all right, no eye test. I take my picture and everything. You passed it.
There you go.
Yeah, my peripheral vision's still pretty good though. I tell you what, I had to see the little blinking dots, on the side and everything.
Yep.
I can still see those really good, but the
Just
little
gonna
tiny
say,
LED.
I know quite a few of those people over there, so
Do you?
careful what you say.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She was nice. She was nice, but yeah.
Yes, they are.
But I was trying to make a little joke and take the light off of things, but yeah.
Gotta be
Sometimes
careful.
sometimes they don't like that too well.
That's right.
They're busy. They got the appointment you got to get because I tried to walk in, you had to get an appointment.
Yeah, that's one thing. Again, that's a completely different division than we're in, but obviously we have a little bit of exposure to it. During COVID, that's the way they went by
Right.
appointment only, and it was really an efficient way to do things. So that's the way they've stuck with, and
Right.
they're seeing more people in the day. And like I said, it's just been a lot more efficient.
Well, I like now because I got I have the real license now, Pete. Apparently, because I get the star on it.
The real ID.
Yeah, I didn't know I had a fake one the whole time up until just this year.
Oh, I could have told you that.
I'm like, wow, would you like the star? Of course, everybody wants a star.
Yep, you had to bring more documentation in, though, correct?
Yes, I did.
Yep.
I had to scrounge around for it. Couldn't find my social security card. Don't know where that's at.
Yep.
So I had to
Yeah,
go.
you're going to need that to fly in. I can't remember when. Maybe in a year or two. You won't
What's
be
that?
able to.
The
The
star.
real ID. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a federal thing.
Huh. Yeah. I can't even go to. Can you go in and vote like in a federal building?
Well, I believe so, but that's a good question. I'm not sure. I just know I have mine, so I'm not worried about it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so now it's like for I don't know what it is for 8 years, 10 years, something like that. I get the license, what they do it now for.
Yep.
So but a person's body can change a lot, Pete, in about 10 years. So I may not look like I did when I got this year.
There's also you can get a mobile ID where you get your driver's license on an app now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good until the cyber thing goes down.
Yeah, there are probably 784 layers of security on it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I may have exaggerated a little bit, but it is a very secure.
Things I think about, Pete.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, good. Road construction's done. We got the real IDs now, and the Vikings are looking real bad.
I'm going to start with the good. The defense has been incredible.
Yeah.
They've given up one touchdown in 12 quarters.
Not bad. Not bad. At all. They are impressive, really.
Yes. What he's done with, and again, you can do it quicker in the NFL, but Brian Flores has been there for a few months before the season started, and he doesn't have his players in there, but what he's done with the players he has is just incredible. And I know we talked about it earlier in the year where you could tell the defense was trying to grasp his scheme the first few games,
right?
And I think they've got a grasp of it now.
They've caught on.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. Positive Pete right there. Always
gotta be
things. Yeah.
Gotta be.
They should have put Mullins in. We had a third string quarterback, Dobbs, who we had to draft, and he's on the team for like 4 days, got thrown in the wolves. And then now he's not doing so well because he's thinking too much because he's a rocket scientist. And now we had to put Mullins in. We probably should have put him in probably at halftime.
I will agree with that. Yeah, I was honestly surprised that Mullins didn't start the game.
Right, me too.
But I heard O'Connell say that they wanted to put in an offense or an offensive game plan, not an offense, but a game plan that fit Dobbs more.
We need one.
And it still didn't really work that well.
No.
But here's the thing, and yes, I do try to stay positive. You find me a team that has had 4 different starting quarterbacks in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And they've gone 6-2.
Yeah, not bad.
That's not. I mean, people complaining about Kevin O'Connell coaching. You find me another coach who can take 4 quarterbacks, and only one of those quarterbacks was a real starter.
Right.
And go, I think it's 6-2 over the last 8 games.
We were almost to the point of having to have our head coach go in and be a quarterback.
It was close. It was very close.
What if
and then the scary part was that one game where Dobbs had to play Cam Bynum was the emergency quarterback, and then he gets hurt.
Right.
So, yeah, and then last game you lose, Jefferson, a quarter and a half in. You had 2 more offensive linemen go out. You had Alexander Madison go out.
Yeah, they're dropping like flies now.
I mean, for them to stay in that game and win, that was pretty impressive. Now, don't get me wrong; they need to score more than 3 points,
Right. Yeah.
very obviously. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been one of those seasons where you sit back and go, "Well, see what happens next."
Yeah, I know. My Titans won last night. They shouldn't have, but I won money on them.
Well, there you go.
I think
Yeah, I didn't watch the end of that game. I watched the end of the Packer Giants game, and right as I turned off the TV, I heard them say, that game was still going on, and I saw it was close. So I was like, nah, I'm going to bed.
yeah. Packers lost. In case you Packer fans didn't stay up late enough. So,
That was it Tony DeVito, that quarterback for the Giants? It's an amazing story.
Yeah,
It's funny.
you see his agent was there.
Hey, did you see his agent? Yes.
Yeah, like the whole mafia was there.
It's like straight out of a movie.
Yeah. I mean, he was on gold necklace and gold watch and black pinstripe suit.
Did you see him on the sidelines before the game?
I didn't see him before the game. No.
Yeah, he was on a phone, and it looked like a gold-plated phone, and I mean, it was
nice.
It just fit the stereotype pretty perfectly.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah, they're all kissing each other when they made the field goal. I'm like, wow, those are a close family there.
Yeah, that's an Italian family.
Yeah, let's go get some spaghetti now.
Yeah, it was funny. They were talking that he lives with his parents still,
and
he said his mom's an amazing cook, but for the past couple weeks, she hasn't had to cook because all the restaurants in the area are bringing them free food.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a fun story.
Yeah. Well, that's a cool story. Then another great one too. All from our Iowa boys. Our Iowa boys are just kicking in the NFL, the tight ends and everything. And then you got an Iowa State quarterback, just unbelievable, Pete.
It is so impressive. Obviously, Purdy is he should be an MVP candidate. People like Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts are getting all the attention, but Purdy should definitely be included in that conversation.
I made that bet back in August.
Did you really?
Peter's going to be the MVP, or Purdy's going to be the MVP.
Oh, that'd be cool if that one cashed.
They're trying to cash me out right now.
Are they really?
Yeah. But I'm not taking it. I'm going to let it ride.
Yep. And then you mentioned the tight ends. And I saw a stat yesterday that Travis Kelce is the leading receiving tight end.
Yeah.
But then I believe it's George Kittle, TJ Hawkinson, and Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
All 3 Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
So, it's
not bad.
Not bad whatsoever.
Yeah.
Lucas Van Ness made a couple big plays for the Packers last night. Dane Belton made a big play for the Giants. So, it's fun to watch.
They get them corn-fed boys in the NFL. That's what happens.
They get angry and they don't stop.
Hey, we're used to wrestle with pigs here.
There you go.
But fun stuff to watch. I got the 49ers going in. They're trying to cash me out on that one too, because I got the 49ers going to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I'm guessing my prediction is probably going to be the Ravens 49ers.
I have a hard time arguing with that, although I will say I was pretty impressed with Dallas the other night. They do
look really good. I hate to say it for Cowboy fans.
Exactly. Did you see their field goal kicker?
The one who made like over 2 long kicks.
He made a 60-yarder and a 59-yarder.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 steps and kick. It would. Oh man, I think he's perfect for the year. He's like 30 for 30 or something like that.
See, why can't the Vikings have somebody like that?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Actually, what happens is they are good, and then they come to the Vikings, and they fall apart. Usually,
Joseph, I did. This is very nice of me, but I did find a little joy in the fact when the Packers missed that field goal last night. It was Daniel Carlson's younger brother, the guy who had the bad year at the Vikings.
Yeah,
so that gave me a little bit of joy.
It's awesome to see the Packers lose. Sorry, Packer fans, but you're saying the same thing about the Vikings.
Yeah, I've got Packer fans and Bear fans and Lions fans in my office. So we all have a love-hate relationship with each other.
Fun little conversation around the coffee pot.
Yep, we got the whole division covered.
Yeah, right. The Lions, you know what? The Lions cost me money this past weekend too, because I had everything going on with the parlay, with the betting, with the FanDuel.
Yep.
And the Lions are the ones that messed me up. I could have won some good money, Pete, and the Lions got beat by the Bears.
People laughed when the Bears beat the Vikings. People laughed when Denver beat the Vikings. And those are two of the teams that are playing the best football right now. Denver's won 7 of 8 or something like that. And I tell you what, you put Justin Fields out there, and when he plays well, that offense is dangerous.
I know. It's not good that they're peaking right about now.
No. You go back and look at some of these recordings several weeks ago. I said it'll be interesting to see what the Lions do late in the year because they're not used to having the target on their back.
Right.
They've won, or they've lost, 2 of their last 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. They could still win out and win the division and do well in the playoffs, but I think they're finding out it's a little bit different when you are the hunted, not the huntee.
Right. Yeah. They've been at the bottom of the division for like how many years?
Yep.
Them and the Bears, it's always a fight between the Packers and the Vikings. Go Pack, go.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. Now, talk like this and talk about the end of the year. You look at our schedule, we could easily go 0-4.
Yeah, I know it. The way things are going.
I thought we'd get a break with Cincinnati not having Burrow, but this Browning is playing really well. I watched him the Monday night game against Jacksonville. I didn't see much of last weekend's, but except for highlights. But
yeah, but they came back and won.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknown quarterbacks that are doing really, really well right now.
Yep.
And to see Purdy like he's been doing, he's got stats with like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So I mean, that guy, it was good. But
go ahead.
I'm a fan of the 49ers, though.
Sure.
So they get to I'm all in for the 49ers.
I will be happy with the 49ers once the Vikings are done.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know. We can have all the hope in the world, Pete, but we're going to get to like that first round or maybe second round, and we're going to get disappointed.
Yeah, I'm used to it, but I'm not, but I'll keep hoping.
There you go. As always, Pete, it's great to catch up with you and find out what's going on, and we'll have to talk more.
We will do that.
All right, sounds good. That is the Iowa DOT update, believe it or not. Yeah, brought to you by Mason City All Risk Insurance. Call Dave and the crew before it gets too late.
Iowa Heartland Credit Union would like to thank all the troops at home and abroad this holiday season.